Hello everyone, welcome to VGrow channel. As part of AWS knowledge series sessions, we are seeing the number of demos, especially on the AWS front. Mm, So in today's session, we are going to see about how to create and configure the auto scaling group. So for that, right, as a prerequisites, we need to already set up some of the load balancers and other things. So if you can see, this is my AWS console. Here I'm going to see what all are the instances which are running. So basically in my environment, there are two instances which is up and running. One is on the Ubuntu based and another one is on the Linux 2 based one. Okay, please refer the previous videos to get into the details on how to configure this. And already I have configured the load balancer as well. I will give all the videos in the description. Please refer those videos to configure the load balancers and other things. Okay, so now what we can do is we can see like the status of the load balancer. So this is the DNS name of the load balancer. I will just simply copy this and I will paste it in my browser. So here if you can see I'm getting the response from Ubuntu server and I'm getting response from the Amazon Linux 2 server. So basically if you can see, it will go randomly and at one point of time it will get cached and then you will get the same response from the same instance. Okay, so that the moment one instance goes down, still your other instance will respond. So that's how we configure the load balancer. So in this demo we are mainly going to see about how to configure the auto scaling, right? So in this auto scaling, to start with auto scaling, right, what I will do is I will try to initiate and launch configurations. Okay, I will wait for the page to get launched. Okay, so once the page get launched, right, initiate and create launch configuration, where it will go with a kind of wizard flow where I will provide the name of my auto scaling launch configuration. Here I will give demo hyphen launch config. Launch config is the name of my launch configuration. Now I need to get an AMI image, right? So now what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to use Amazon Linux 2. So to get the AMI number, I will go to this EC2 instance management console. I will initiate a new launch instance screen, and in the very first screen you would able to see all the OS type, right? Ubuntu and Windows, SUSE based Linux. So all those images will get listed, right? So here if you can see, you would able to get the AMI image number here, right? Otherwise in that screen you need to go one by one and then try to get. That will be something difficult. So what we can do is we can try to search using that Amazon AMI number and then you will able to get. So this is the AMI which I'm going to use for this, and the instance type, right? So the instance type, right, always I will choose the T2 micro, which is the one which is a free tier. So I will go. So here if you can see, all the supported instance type will get listed. So basically what we are trying to do is to create an auto scale group. The instances, right, or the template, right, for the instance template, we are just trying to configure what are the configurations which we need to use to create a new instances automatically, right? So I will select this. I will go with T2 micro, which is a free tier eligible one. Okay, so I just selected T2 micro, and then there are some of the additional configuration, and these all are some of the optional inputs. Either this is nothing but like what type of instances which you need, whether you need a spot instances, and this is a IAM role specific. Say for example, if you have some of the static files or even the images or your EC2 instances go and access some of the other AWS resources, right? The one such classic example is an S3 bucket where you have stored some of your images or something. It needs to go and grab it and then render to the user, right? In case of the web server, EC2 instance should have the permission to access those AWS resources, right? So that how it will happen is you will create one IAM role and then you will associate here. Okay, so currently we don't need to have anything on that front. Okay, if at all you wanted to access any of the AWS resources, you can configure and then assign it here. So this is nothing but the monitoring, which means like what are the default monitoring capability, right? That will take care by default. And if at all you wanted to enable some extra or detailed monitoring for your EC2 instances, right, you can be always have, enable this property, and we need to keep in mind that no, this will come with some additional costs. And yeah, and then the advanced configuration. So here if you can see, these are some of the RAM, right? So what is the RAM, right, whether you want to use default, so all these things will be in pretty much the same config, so except the user data, right? So I think if you would have been refer my previous video on how to install the required libraries and packages while booting the server, right? I kind of expand with the Amazon Linux 2 based environment. I could have been provided all the user data input with all the installables, like whatever the libraries it needs to be installed and all those things. Okay, similarly here also we need to give, because this is happening automatically and the user intervention won't be there. So we need to provide all the informations, right? So here if you can see, pretty much the same script or the same data, whatever I have used, the same thing only I'm using here. If you can see, the difference is like the IP address, since it will get automatically generated while launching the EC2 the load balancer or the load balancer, right? So we need to understand whether which server is responding, right? So for that I'm just adding an IP address, right? So I will explain you what is the purpose of using this one. So I have a 2 EC2 instances which is running here. Maybe I will just cancel this, and then I will just show you what is my what is the purpose of using the curl command to get the metadata, right? So the complete metadata of an EC2 instance will be stored, right? And by default you can able to access that by using the 169.254.169.254 IP address. I will just tell you how we need to access. So this is my demo Linux 2 server which is up and running, and this is the public IP address of the server, right? I will just copy this public IP address. Okay, and what I will do is I will try to SSH the server, say SSH-I, and my key pair is demo EC2 server. So I will give the demo EC2 server, and since it's an Linux based one, I'm Amazon Linux based one, I will use the EC2-user. So all these things are kind of explained in my previous video. Maybe you can refer that. Okay, connect to the EC2 instance, and then what I will do is I can execute this curl command, right? So I say, for example, this is the curl command. I will just go and expand up to the metadata, right? So if I can execute this, sorry, I think I have it's not properly copied, so I just copy and then paste. So if you can see, these all are the information. So what is the AMID of the instance, and what is the launch index, right, manifest path and events, right? So all those things is right. Even if you can say, for example, /host name, right? So it will list you the host name, what is the host name of the instance. So if you can see here, IP-172.31 is the host name. So likewise, even if you want to get what is the IP address, right, public IP address, okay, so I can use this say public-IPv4, and then it will list you what is the public IP address, 13.127.91.225, which we have used. So what I'm using here is I'm trying to get that IP address, and I am appending that in my index.html file, so that now while refreshing the page or while launching the load balancer, we will know like whether which instance is responding, right? So that is the only extra thing which I have added here, and this is for the health check, right? To perform the regular health check, I'm just using this. So I'll just simply copy this complete stuff, and then I will paste it in the user data. Okay, so then next thing is then public IP address, whether it needs to be assigned or if it isn't public, or you don't want to create any public IP addresses, right? So those kind of the controls, right, you can be able to perform it here. Okay, so this is the storage by default 8 GB, which is insufficient for our demo. So if you want, you can kind of increase this based on your own purpose. And this is again the security group. So this is to open up what are the ports needs to be opened up on all those things. So what I will do is either you can create a new security group or select an existing one. I will use the select existing one option, and then I will go and select the same security group whatever I have used for my EC2 instance, because whatever the auto scaling group instance is getting created, right, it needs to be go and added in the same target group whatever these two instances are running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same security group, which is nothing but demo hyphen sg. So I will try to check here, demo hyphen sg. Yeah, so here is the one. Okay, I just selected that, and then key pair. So either you can go with multiple options, like since it's a kind of automatically created, and then it will automatically terminated, in the sense during the scale up it will automatically create, and during the scale down it automatically delete. So there won't be any need to need for the user to log in. Okay, so either you can go with creating no without any key pair, or if you want, if you for the demo purpose, if you want to log in and see whether all the things are kind of installed, or if at all you wanted to log into the instance and do some debugging, we can kind of use the key pair. Okay, so I will go with the choose an existing key pair, and I will choose the same key pair whatever I used for an other instances, right? So demo EC2 server, right? So this is my this one. So once I have created, so what we have created is just we have created a template, or I would say it's a kind of launch configuration, right? So what all are the basic things which needs to be used to build an no instances, right, automatically to build whenever there is any new requests, or even the web traffic more it increases, right? It would not be able to, existing target group can't able to handle those many traffics, then the automatically the instances will get created and all the prerequisite steps will happen, right? So now we have created an launch config. So next step is we need to go and create an auto scaling groups, right? So here what we are going to do, right? So in this step what we are planning to do is, so this is the one which we have an auto scaling group. We will create one auto scaling group, and in this we will say what is the minimum size, which means what all are the how many instances always it needs to be run, right? And what is the desired capacity, how many servers needs to be there at a time as an active, and what is the scale up and scale down, right? So during the scale up how many instances it needs to be added, and during the scale down how many instances it needs to get removed, right? Otherwise, right, otherwise we could say like if the CPU, for example, the CPU utilization is greater than 70%, then you can add some 2 instances or 3 instances or 5 or 10 or 100, right? So those, that will be the numbers, right? How many number of instances needs to get added, right? Likewise, we can perform the same for the scale down, which means the removal as well, right? So here what I will do is I will just launch the auto scaling group wizard flow. So here what I will do is I will just try to give demo auto scaling group. So this is the name of my auto scaling group. And okay, so here if you can see, next step is to select and launch template, right? So as I mentioned, there are two ways. One is you can go with any of the template, right? So if you can see already I have a couple of templates, whether I can use that template, which is nothing but it will define with some AMA image, and then what are the pre-required configurations and all those things. And another thing is you can go with the launch configuration, which we have done as part of this, right? In previous step we have created a new launch configuration. So if we can click on this drop down, you would be able to see the demo launch config whatever we created just now, right? I will just select this, so that clearly displays like what is the AMA which we are using, and what is the instance type and other stuff. You can proceed with next, right? And here what is the network, right? So here if you can see whether you wanted to use the default VPC, since I am in Mumbai region, I think the default VPC got selected. If at all I wanted to go with some creating a new VPC, and if it should be on my own custom VPC, right, I can go ahead and then create a VPC. This will again cross launch to your VPC front, and you need to create the VPC, and then you need to use the same here. Okay, and here the subnet. So if you can see already, since I am in Mumbai, I think there will be 3 availability zones will be there, and it will be 3 subnets, 1A, 1B and 1C. So I can select all the 3. Basically here what we are instructing is to whenever if there is any scale up or scale down process, right, in whatever the availability zone, this instances needs to get created. So that is the definition for this for selecting this subnet. So now I just instructed to select or to create a new EC2 instances, either 1A, 1B or 1C. So it will be an applications specific. So the AWS will take care of staggering the EC2 instances from across these three regions, three availability zones, right? So first instance may get created in 1A, and then second may be in 1C, and then third may be 1B. So like that it will do the load balancing. So this is on the VPC front, what are the configurations, right? So next thing is an load balancing, right? So here what I'm doing is I'm trying to enable the load balancing. Okay, so here already we have created one load balancer. Maybe if we can go and see it here in this load balancer. Okay, already I have created load balancer by using these manual instances whatever I have created, right? So okay. So now what we are planning to do is in this load balancer, the load balancer's target group, right, we will go and add couple of automatic instances, like instances created using the auto scaling group, right? So now what I'm planning to do is we can select the application load balancer. That is what we have here. This is our application load balancer. Okay, and I will select the application load balancer, right? So this application load balancer, and this is the target group. So if you can go and see here, this is my application load balancer and this is my target group, right? So this is my application load balancer. Okay, so I just selected the application load balancer and it displays all the target groups available in that, and in that I have selected the demo target group. Okay. Okay, so next thing is an health check. So this is something like how much, what is the grace period, right? So if the instance is not responding for 300 seconds, then it needs to make it down or up, right? So these things is you can able to change. Even if you can say 120, which means 2 minutes, right? You need to wait for only the 2 minutes or something like that, which we are kind of configuring. All right. So then the additional settings, which will be a kind of monitoring. So if at all you wanted to enable, some more monitoring capability just to have some better visibility on the groups, right? So whatever your auto scaling group what you have, right? So that for those kind of configurations which you can able to enable it here. And then next step is something like how many number of instances needs to be added or removed for the specific conditions. So those things is right we will configure in this step. So here if you can see there are three terminologies. One is a desired capacity, minimum, and then maximum, right? So if I can say minimum one, which means at any time in the load balancer target group, right, there will be one instance which got created by this auto scaling group will be part of it, right? So which means always one instance from the auto scaling group, right, which will get participate in your participate in the load balancer, and then it will be available in your target group, right? And even this you can kind of change it based on your web traffic and load and all those things, right? So here what we can do is we can make it as an 1, right? And I will give it as a maximum 5. It can go up to 5. Okay, so that is the one. And the desired capacity, right? So desired capacity means whenever if there is any condition meets, right? Say for example, web traffic increases, right? How many instances which I need to add it? Or if the web traffic decreases, right? How many instances which I need to remove? So that number will be controlled by this desired capacity, right? So if we can see in the next step, we will configure an scaling policy, right? Here if we can go and select this target tracking scaling policy, right, which will clearly define you what is the scale up and then scale down, right? So here we need to add in two factors, right? One is something like I can say it is my scale up, right? So I will go with average CPU utilization. There are a lot of other factors as well which you can use it. Say if it is an CPU utilization or the network average network in and average network out. So these are some of the parameters which will help you to understand your web traffic, right? So I will go with an CPU utilization, and I can say it is in 70, right? Target value is in 70, right? And then what I will do is instance. Okay, so what is the warm up, right? Say for example, if I have used a user in while creating a template, right? I just so here next thing is like the instance time, right? So instance need, which means since we have during the template creation we have given the user data, right? So which will whatever the library update, and then we need to install a couple of packages, right? If you can see in production environment, right, there may be multiple libraries required, right? So obviously it will take considerable time, right? So that configuration, so here I can give it as in 120 seconds, or even I can give it as in 180 seconds, which is very huge, 3 minutes, right? So I think 3 minutes is so more than sufficient to update the libraries and then to install the required packages and other things. Okay, so this one is like for instance scale in protection, where it will, when there is any newly launched instances, right, will be protected from scale in or scale out, right? So those kind of things is which is again user configurable based on your need. You can configure, and here we can configure some of the notifications, right? Say for example, I can create a new SNS topic, and I can say that um, my whatever the email ID which you can kind of configure. Okay, and here whatever the topic is, whatever mail IDs which we are configuring it will go and send it to that. Basically just a kind of notification mechanism. Okay, go to the next. Okay, so this is the tags, right? So maybe I can, tags is nothing but just to manage your AWS resources effectively. We used to these kind of tags to manage our AWS resources. I can say it as a demo ASG, right? And then I will go to the next. So this is a kind of nice summary screen where it will gives all the configurations whatever we made so far, and you can review, and then you can click on the create auto scaling group, right? So this will take some time. Yeah, it kind of mm, completed. Okay, so auto scaling group got completed. Now we can click on this auto scaling group. So the details will give you the nice description on, like, whatever the things we have configured so far, right? What is the group details and what is the launch configuration which we use, right? So it's a kind of nice summary view on the configurations whatever we have made so far, right? So the activity, like, which it will give you some kind of notifications whenever if there is any new instances got created or deleted, right? So this is nothing but, so here if you can see the launch instance, new EC2 instance. So basically the moment we kind of configured an auto scaling group, okay, so the new instances got triggered, right? So now if I can go and click on this, I can go to my EC2 instances list, right? So there should be a new instances will get created, right? So which is nothing but this one. So demo ASG is the one which we have given in a tag name, right? So if you can see this one, so this one got automatically created and it is still in initializing, right? So because why it got created is, like, here we have given our as part of our configuration, we have told the desired capacity should be 1 and minimum capacity should be 1. So the minimum capacity should be 1 means at least one instance needs to be contributed in that specific load balancers target group, right? So one instance has got created, right? Now if we can see, we can go to the third tab, which is auto scaling policy. This is the scale up only we have configured, which is CPU utilization. If it is 0, right, greater than 0, then it will create, and what is the instance time, all those things which we have configured. So like this we can configure the scale down as well, like if the CPU utilization goes less than 30 percentage, you can go and remove couple of instances, right? Whatever the desired one which we have given, right? Based on that it will go and remove the instances, terminate, which means, right, it will instances, right? And the next thing is an instance management. This will give you the instance. Say for example, this is the instance ID. Okay, so if you can see, this is the instance ID, and yeah, here I just clicked on the instance ID and it cross launches to this. So demo ASG, right? So this is the one which I told, like, it got created automatically, right? So this is the one which created as part of the auto scaling group. Okay, so then other configurations are straightforward, like what is the launch configurations and all those things. Maybe you can kind of walk through each and every section and then see what is the purpose, right? And next one is the monitoring. So with respect to the monitoring, here this is a CloudWatch metrics, right? Whatever the metrics which will get added, right? Minimum in group size, or at least one, since we can't kind of simulate more traffic to make the CPU utilization more than 70, and so to see whether the instances is automatically created newly, and then it is getting added to the target group. So, okay, so to test that, what we can do is we can try to terminate the instances created by the auto scaling group, right? Automatically whatever the instances which got created as part of this auto scaling group, we can try to delete that and then see whether it is triggering. Okay, so before that, yeah, this is the CPU utilization and other things. So this is nothing but basically the CloudWatch monitoring, right? So all those things for this specific EC2 instance. Okay, so now if you can see, I will go and launch the load balancer. So this is my load balancer. Okay, and what I will do is I will just go and copy the DNS name of the load balancer and then try to launch it from the browser. I will open up a new browser for that and then see what is the which servers are responding to my requests. Okay, so here I will go and select the DNS name of the load balancer and then I will paste it here. So this is auto scaling group. So if you can see, the first response which I'm getting is from the auto scaling group instance, and this is the IP address 13.253.76.203, right, which you can able to cross verify it here. If I can go to here 13.235.76.203, so which means newly instances, right, got created as part of the auto scaling group, and that is contributing to the load balancer, right? And now when I do the immediate refresh, my Ubuntu server is responding, right? So now the Linux thing, whatever I had, right, so that one is responding. So if you can see all these three servers, right, it will start the load across and then it will start responding, right? Now what I will do is I will just close this and then I will try to terminate this and then, oh, okay. So before that, what we can do is we can go and see it in a target group, right? Is there any change in the target group? If I can go to the load balancing and target group, I will select this target group. Okay, and if I can go to the monitoring section, this will give you the CloudWatch things, right? Yeah. So this is like what all are the healthy hosts and unhealthy hosts, right? So if you can see here, earlier we had two servers because manually we had only the two servers, right? And now if you can see, one server got added, which means now we have the three server. Okay, so the third server is got added as part of your auto scaling group exercise, right? So now if you can click on this target, you would able to see clearly all the three instances are up and running, right? So now what I will do is I will launch the EC2 instances in a new tab, EC2 instance dashboard, and I will try to terminate the instance which is contributing from the auto scaling group, right? So for that, what I'm going to do is I will select this demo ASG and then I will try to terminate this. Okay, so now what is happening is we are breaching the condition, but what is our condition is something like at least one instance needs to be contributed. That is our condition, right? If you can go and see it in this auto scaling group, we have given the minimum instances would be one, right? Which means at least one instance from your auto scaling group should contribute to the auto scaling target group, right? Now this condition, whatever the condition which we have given, right, so this condition got breached, right? So now if we can see, okay, so this is the instance, right? We can see what is the status of that instance. It got terminated. Okay, and if you can see it here, that one, right? So that specific instance got removed from this since it will become the unhealthy, and then it got removed. So if we can navigate to the EC2 instance, right, EC2 dashboard, if you can go and see instance and instances, since we have terminated the older instance, whatever it is contributed by the from the auto scaling group, right, we just terminated. Since the condition got breached, right, it got automatically started the spinning up the new instance with the same template whatever we have provided, and if you can see, it is started running. Okay, and if you can see earlier, right, whatever the instance auto scaling group, right, as part of the auto scaling group, whatever instance got started, it used the availability zone 1B. but now if we can see, it started spinning in the 1A. So likewise, whatever the auto scale availability zone which we have selected while creating a template, right? So it will load balance between these availability zones, and it will automatically it will create the instances. So now if you can see, the since the condition breached, it got automatically created. Now if we can go and see in this monitoring section of the demo target, which is in the target group, right? And it should go from 3 again. It will yeah, now it kind of came down to 2. Since these now only the instance is kind of starting, right? It will take at least 2 minutes, since we have given 120 seconds, right? It will wait for 120 seconds to boot the server up, and then it will wait for another 1 or 2 um, health .html querying, right? It will wait for the reply as and okay. So once the new instance web server status is up, then it will automatically move to the up, right? And if we can see here in the target, if we can see, we have only 2 as of now. Yeah, now if we can see, the third one, yeah, third one got added, right? The third one is nothing but the demo.asg. And if we can see, this demo.asg will have the different IP address. Earlier we had something, and now it got different IP address. Now if I can go and launch the Chrome browser, and what I will do is I will try to paste my load balancers URL, right? Now the Ubuntu server is responding. Yeah, Amazon Linux 2 is responding. Yeah, so this is auto scaling group, right? So it started responding. So once the condition is kind of breached, it will start adding the new instances automatically, and then it will start responding to the queries once it is up and running, which means once the web server status is moving to the up and running. Okay. um, so that's it for this demo. I hope this will be helpful for you to understand about the auto scaling group, and this quick demo will give you on how to create auto scaling group and test it. Okay, so thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more such demo series on the AWS and other